Okay, so we coloured our flowers. All I did was layer the rose through the first one and then layer it through the second one. Offset my petals, I haven't stuck it down yet, but you just pop some glossy accents or glue of choice in between, whatever's a quick drying glue. And I've left the stems on mine because I'm unsure what I'm going to do with them, if I want the stems. It also helps you to stick them in something to let them dry if you want to. Then there's the ripe persimmon flower that is finished. I've simply layered them together. I've left this one to show you how to do it. Usually I have the stick on the back, but this one broke when I took it out. Now I don't like the green on the back, so you can either pull it off or just trim the bits that are sticking out if you like. I'm just pulling it off because it's faster on the video. So I'm just going to take some glossy accents, pop it in the middle, try and center my flower and stick it down. One thing I did forget to mention is that if you dry the back side of your flower first, you're going to get this lighter colour tone. If you dry the top of your flower first, like I have on these two, you're going to get the darker tones on top. And just a blob in there to add my last flower. Just open it up a little, stick it in the center, and there we have a mustard seed flower. Now I have made loads of these. These are the seedless preserves. This is worn lipstick. This is milled lavender. It has glitter on the centre rose and diamond dust on the outside petals. I think the diamond dust looks really good if I can get a close in focus picture. This is the seedless preserves. Again, this one was inked straight onto the flowers, which gave a darker colour. This one was onto the mat with water and using my aqua painter, and that's why the colour is lighter. Tumbled glass. Spun sugar, wild honey, now this one was made for my daughter. She wanted spun sugar on the bottom, barn door on the top. In the middle, which you probably can't quite see, I'm not sure, there is spun sugar all the way down, and then on the tips it is barn door. There is another straight from the ink pad. This is another straight from the ink pad because it is evergreen bough and you can't get a distress stain for that. So again, that's the water brush one. As a comparison, I did these flowers, these three. Now, this first one is just straight distress stain straight from the bottle. This one is distress stain on the mat and then spritzed with water and used with the aqua painter. And this is the same method but used with the stamp pad. And of course you can do like I did with the seedless preserves and go straight from the stamp pad onto the paper. Now, I get all my flowers from I Am Roses White, and quite often when you're making these flowers you'll have a lot left over. So what I did was coloured this flower. So now I have a very pretty flower in seedless preserves. Of course it was mixed with water again, and I used my aqua painter. The other thing is, this is I think it's dried marigold, and I used a different flower that I made myself. Now all I did was take 6 of these little flowers, and for this one I used the dip them in water method, and for these I haven't done that yet, but I've just coloured them, the tips, to show you what to do. All you do is fold it in half and fold it round, flatten the bottom a bit so you can glue it, and then scrunch it up to make a centre. Then take another flower, glue them in between and fold it around that flower, and keep going for 6 layers until you get a flower. And when it's all glued and all dried, you can then play with it and get something that looks like that flower there. But of course mine's not glued, so it's not going to, oh, it might give you a quick look at how it would look, sort of. So that's how you do that. You can decorate the edges with stickles. I've decorated the flower in the middle and the outside with stickles or glitter. You can change the colours, you can mix up the colours as my daughter did here, although I would prefer the pink to be on top. A run through of the flowers I have used. They are all I Am Roses petals. Now the first one is this petal here, and it is P515 puffy white flowers. The second is the large daisy, and I think that is P700-1. I've also used these flowers, which is R415. I have used these, which are R315. The small daisies, which are P70-1. R8-15, and the teeny baby roses R215. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Any questions, ask away.